Something big is coming, but we just don't know how it feels like.
By the way, it doesn't shout, but it moves.
What I'm curious about is how does it sound like when the most advanced Volvo rolls in? I mean, how does it feel to be in a space that is designed to think for you, to protect you and to move with you without even making a fuss?
Look, we've seen the press releases, we've seen the awards and the features. The EX90 is already being called the future of luxury mobility. But right now, it's just an idea in our heads.
But here's the thing, the Volvo EX90 is not here to prove itself. It already belongs in a different class, and we're here to meet it.
As they say, the future doesn't always arrive with noise. Sometimes it's quiet, confident and intentional. We're here in Cape Town, out in the calm and beautiful winelands, getting to experience the new Volvo EX90. The setting matches the car perfectly. It's elegant, it's premium, and everything feels thoughtfully done. I'm really looking forward to see what this car is all about, and I'll also be chatting with Felipe, Volvo's head of marketing. We are talking design, EVs in South Africa, and how Volvo is approaching the future. So let's get into it. Congratulations for the EX90 launch.
Thank you.
There's no better way really to reveal and introduce Volvo's flagship and the most safest luxurious car than this. So this was amazing really for us to come through and see what you have for us. Okay, so my questions really are around design inspiration, daily experiences, target market, as well as the EV strategy, right? Before you experience the car, what do you see? You see the design, right? So now with that said, I just want to know from the Volvo's perspective, right? What inspired the design of the EX90 and how does that reflect on Volvo's brand? Right? Additionally, why does Volvo embraces, art and fashion, including, recycled material for the interior?
Yeah, so that's a very good question actually, because our designers, they are always inspired by some specific elements. In the case of the EX90, especially the outside of it, since it was an EV car as well, the airflow is something very important. So they decided to do an SUV, but with a different type of design to be able to have this flush design and a better airflow that can help also in the range of the car. And when you're looking inside, Volvo, they have also this big Scandinavian inspiration. So you can see the simplicity, the functionality. So it's not the luxury per se, but it's the luxury also that involves functionality. So the seats are beautiful, but they're not only beautiful, they function in a very good way as well, good ergonomics. So you can see the simplicity over there. You see there's a big tablet that you can essentially control all the technology of the car. You have just one button to control the radio. So this simplicity and the usage of wood, different materials, sustainable materials as well, this is a very Scandinavian principle of design that we incorporate in all our Volvo cars.
Okay, is it going to be carried over all the EVs cars that they've just announced to say there's 5 more additional models that are going to come in this year?
If you see the EX90, for instance, and the EX30, and you compare the interiors, they have the same, I would say, concept. Yeah, there is this Scandinavian, the simplicity and also the technology into the designs. In the case of the EX90 as well, but in case of the EX30 still, we also have more sustainable options also included in the car. So this is a kind of design language that will be around all the vehicles launched for Volvo in the coming years. So this sustainability and Scandinavian design aspect will be linked into our products. As always has been like this, but is continued to be like this for a while.
So now, in terms of the daily experience, right? How do you envision a day-to-day experience of somebody driving the EX90 in South Africa?
Well, I think this is, first of all, this is a big car, right? It's a 7-seater car, so it's a car for families. So usually the target group that is looking for those cars, they have the families and they like to go in weekend trips. The big difference is that since this is an EV car and a car with a lot of technology, from a mindset point of view, usually these consumers, they are early adopters in terms of technology, right? So they like technology, at the same time they like to enjoy the lifestyle with their families. So the way I could see is like a family going into a family trip. very safe in a Volvo, very comfortable in a Volvo, and in a sustainable option as well because you're driving an EV.
Oh, perfect. Lovely. How does Volvo plan to expand its electric vehicle lineup in South Africa, right? And what challenges do you anticipate?
I think when you look at about EVs, and especially when you talk with customers, we do a lot of research in that sense. The main barrier is the charging infrastructure. But to be honest, when we look at the infrastructure that we currently have in South Africa, it's not that bad. I think it's more like a perception that people have, but as soon as they start to understand, research about it, they will see that the charging infrastructure is not that bad. The main routes are covered. The main city centers, they have chargers available in big malls, shopping centers, etc. So as soon as customer understands and starts to interact with the technology, we see that barriers going to be reduced. And the way to expanding our EV portfolio is essentially bringing the new models. So we are launching the EX90 now. We've launched the EX30 last year. Probably going to launch the ES90 in the end of the year. Other cars are coming and the new cars will be fully electric. This will expand the offer that we have available for customers, giving them more options to buy EVs and therefore increase the number of sales. I think if we bring the latest technology to the South Africans, that's what they want. They want to experience this and we need to bring it. And that's what we're doing with the EX90. I mean, South Africa was one of the first markets in the region that we are now to receive the car. And we are very happy for it. We think that it's going to work very well.
I mean, judging from the awards that you've already, have currently right now, just before we even launch in South Africa, I would assume that globally, really, this is a very beautiful product, right?
Yeah.
Are there conversations around as to how you could influence the expansion of the infrastructure in terms of the the charging station in the outskirts of the urban areas?
Yeah, I think what we need to do from a Volvo point of view, from the brand point of view, that is being the pioneer in terms of electrification, is to get in touch and to be close with this charging infrastructure providers. We have big companies that are investing a lot of money into this, and we have ways to influence and to do partnerships with them. One example is the partnership that we have with Grid Cars. For all our EVs, we are offering a free wall box installed in the customer house or office or whatever they choose. Also, the cars come with 2 years of free public charging that you can use in the Grid Cars network and some of other network providers as well. So those are the type of initiatives that we can help to support these charging infrastructure companies to put more chargers and to help us to sell more EVs. Because in the end of the day, as I mentioned to you, I think the only real barrier to EVs is the charging infrastructure. Because as soon as you drive the car, you realize how nice it is. It's a very nice product. So if we face and if we diminish these barriers of charging infrastructure, then I think we can actually have a better number in terms of EV sales.
Correct.
And doing partnership with those companies, it's key for that.
There's a technology called SPA2, right? And a lot of people don't... SPA.
Yeah, SPA, yeah.
Oh, you call it SPA.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
SPA, yeah.
Yeah, SPA, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not much familiar with it. I would assume a lot of people are not much familiar with the technology, right? But for a driver, a person who would say, you know what, I love this, what does it mean to that particular individual? Can you maybe just enlighten us about
the SPA 2 is the platform that the car is built and is an evolution of the current SPA 1 platform that we have in the X60s and the X90s. The SPA 2 is now in the X90. I would say in terms of what actually the customer can feel is in the handling of the car and in the driving in the day-to-day. So the SPA 2 platform, it's more advanced, has a bigger battery, and there's also more technology in terms of air suspension if you compare to the SPA 1 that was the first platform that was launched. So I think what customer can experience, and the way to experience this evolution is actually when you're driving and and doing the curves and you see the handling of the car. That's actually quite impressive for a car at that size.
Okay. No, thank you so much. I think this is a lot sufficient. A lot of people are going to learn a lot about this new innovative, technology that goes into these cars and so forth, right? When Volvo talks about the future, they don't mean electric. They mean safer, smarter, and more refined.
Of the safest brand should be safe.
So in my conversation with Felipe, it is clear that EX90 isn't just a new model. It's a new era of brand. He shared how Volvo is blending innovation with intentional design to build something that doesn't just look premium but feels purposeful.
Okay, we are here at the Volvo launch. We have finally arrived, and this is the brand new EX90 that Volvo has just launched. Alright, as you can see, the Volvo EX90 does not have a grille because it is fully electric. So the space that would have been used for the engine is now used for your charging equipment. And then we also have the signature Thor headlights. These are daytime lights. When you're driving at night and you switch these on, they actually open up, which is really cool. You'll edit that in, right? And then we have the LiDAR sensing, which senses about 250 meters, correct? 250 meters. All right, the Volvo EX90 also has occupant sensing. This senses whoever's inside, whether it's a pet, whether it's a child.
Yeah, quick facts about the EX90. The exterior comes in a range of refined color options that complement its sharp yet understated silhouette. Riding on 22-inch aero-diamond cut alloy wheels, the EX90 has real presence without being flashy. The dual motor producing 380 kilowatts and 910 newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds, an advanced 4-corner air suspension system that glides over rough roads, sitting for 7 with flexible cargo space up to 1,915 liters, a fixed panoramic sunroof that fills the cabin with light, only getting the twin motor performance, meaning that you get all of this function standard only for 2.650 million. The Volvo EX90 isn't just where the road takes you, it's about how you feel on the journey. It's calm, it's confident, it's cautious. In a world chasing speed and noise, the EX90 leads a quiet strength and intentional design. This launch wasn't just a reveal of a car, it was the beginning of a new standard. One where luxury meets purpose, technology meets simplicity, and sustainability isn't an option, it's expected. If this is the future of driving, I'm ready for it.